honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
What is up, everybody? We are back with a recap show. And how's everybody doing? Let's give a shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlight and Antelia.
No, it's me.
Oh, it's you on your account?
That's me on my account.
Oh, and my favorite Rams guy. I guess we got my favorite Rams co-host guy. And then we got my favorite Seahawks guy, Sam Dog, the infamous 253. If you ain't with it, I don't know if I say it right. And then we got Jordan. I guess everybody's kind of coming in. You know, it was kind of quiet. Now we're starting to see more of the people coming in, but it's okay. You know, it's okay.
Welcome,
it's all
everyone.
Right. It's okay with me. But let's speak about this game. You know, what a disaster Christmas. But in all seriously, it was a good Christmas with the family. Just not that night game, though.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Great.
See, I didn't get it right at the first time.
The night game kind of made it a bit sour. I will say that I think I was already like a glass and a half in before the game started, and about the whole bottle was done before the game even ended. So, yes, that kind of wraps up that. But I hope everyone had a great holiday, and now we're excited to kind of talk about the game.
Oh, yeah. It's just, you know, I just want to forget about it, but, you know, you got to flush that out the toilet. But here's what really wrong with this game. I got to say Kyle Shanahan. Most of it was on Shanahan on this play call. Like, why did you stop running the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Even before halftime, we were still down by 4 points. We were down by 4 points. We should have ran the ball a little bit more. And Kyle just keeps doing the same thing.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And I even made a comment, and I watched it with a group of people since it was, you know, Christmas Day and everyone's together. It's like even other people who don't watch football were all like, it's going to go to CMC. We always go to CMC, and he runs it. Like, we needed different schemes and different plays as well. So I was a little disappointed in that. And I do feel like, you know, I know they're going to run through film today, but I think Kyle does take a chunk of one of the reasons why this didn't go the way we needed it to go.
Hey, Ramsaholic, to answer your question, bro, we're not going to discuss this on the NFC West Network, bro. I'm telling you right now, there's no controversial, dude. The guy just came off the bench because Brock Purdy had a stinger.
Yeah.
What was the point, bro? And this little system stuff, this is where I'm going to draw the line, bro. Brock is our guy, and there's nothing changing at the moment, bro. That's where I'm going to just put you in your place, my guy. We can't even talk about the quarterback situation, bro. Sam Darnold is not going to even play. The reports were – Kyle Shanahan said it in a report that it doesn't affect Brock's job at this point because Brock was dealing with a stinger.
Right.
And what was the point? There was a no-win at this point. So Sam Darnold getting reps actually was good for him to build on in case injuries happen. You never know when you're going to need Sam Darnold out there, but still. Sam Darnold is, I don't know. I'm a realistic Niners fan. Sam Darnold is trash. I've watched a lot of USC football before, and Sam Darnold is the most overhyped quarterback I've ever seen since Mark Sanchez. But he's got a good talent, but just throws too many picks at times.
This is true. And then, like you said, the only reason Sam was in was there was no hope at this point in the game anyway. So
there was no hope because it was out of reach. And Sam Darnold coming off a bench, you know, if the Ravens don't have no film on you and you're coming off the bench.
Yeah. Well, okay, let me read this stat that I saw today because I know the big talk is, you know, Purdy lost his MVP, he got exposed, you guys, blah, blah, blah. We've heard it all. But let me read this stat that I saw. It said, even after the 4 interceptions on Christmas night, Brock Purdy still leads the NFL in passer ratings, 112.2. So he's still incredible. He still has great stats. I can't say this was a bad game. I mean, of course it was a bad game, but did he expose himself? I don't feel that is such a true statement that he exposed himself and we know if he's really a good quarterback or not. How do you feel?
Nah, but yeah. I don't think it's really much of a concern. Like, you know, you just saw this as one of his bad games and all that stuff. And I mean, realistically, you know, if Brock plays like this constantly, which he hasn't done, then you would have a question mark. But this is just a rare game. Like, he's throwing 2 picks like a different occasion. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's just like, you know, one bad game. Now this is where I'm getting casual takes off of that crap. You know, I don't understand that part. Hey, it's your choice, buddy. No NFC West podcast if we're gonna go with that topic, dude. I don't want to waste all that, dude. We already know that he's our guy. But you could change I mean, Darnold is who he is.
Right.
But you're not gonna get me in. This is where I kind of left the topic. I'm leaving a clear message.
Yeah, definitely Brock is still going to be the quarterback. I think
Brock is still the guy, bro. Like, okay, so if Stafford had 4 interceptions, are you going to go with your backup quarterback? Come on, man. Use your brain. No offense, but Brock Purdy had definitely a terrible game, but is that going to affect him? No. I feel like that's just where I'm kind of like at my final line.
Oh, he's saying Stanford would.
But why would you want to bench Stafford if he threw 4 picks? It just makes no sense. Why would you want to go with your other backup quarterback? You know, it wouldn't make any sense, is what I'm saying. Like, okay, all quarterbacks are going to play bad too. So, yeah, Brock isn't going to be the guy that's going to carry us. We already knew what to expect. I don't think we're built to come from behind. I don't think we are.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've said this before. I don't think if we ever had any other chance, it would be a different situation. Everybody keeps thinking, but Shanahan just wants a quarterback that does his job. He wants to build a defensive roster. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's talk about the defense too. There was also a point where Trent Williams got out. He had an injury, right? And so once Trent is out too, I feel like there's a big difference in dynamic in how the offensive line plays.
Yeah, and the offensive line was going through some injuries too, so you can't really you know, a lot of that protection is starting to catch on because once you play better defenses with the defensive lines, I think that's where our offensive line starts to have a little weakness, and maybe that 22nd ranked offense is starting to catch on. Once you play better defensive line, there's going to be a lot of pressure up front, but yeah. Well, Hufanga being gone does hurt, but when you got somebody like Jair Brown, he kind of does okay. But yeah.
And I think there's something that I think we have a general, we both agree. We lost last night. The Ravens outplayed us. They are the better team when you put us together like that. I don't think there's a true Niner fan that is going to disagree and be like, oh, but this, and this. At the end of the day, the Ravens deserve they did a great job. Great job.
No, they did a good job exactly what they did. You know, I'm not discrediting what Baltimore did. Their defense got 5 interceptions, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So Brock Purdy had that 1 interception that was definitely on him. But tip balls, you know, 3 tip balls. But yet we're going to say bench this guy. Nah.
No, they're not going to bench him.
I mean, if you are a casual fan and you're going to say go with Sam Darnold, then I'm sorry. You don't know nothing about football, period. No offense, no disrespect, but it doesn't work that way. You know, in order for Brock Purdy to be benched, he has to constantly play like this, but in a worser way, which one interception that was definitely on him on that pass. But if you see the tip balls, right? Wasn't there like a lot of tip balls from the Ravens? They were tipping the ball, which was very much anybody's guess.
Yeah, they did. And I think that there was one, too, where Brock threw it. And I heard somebody talk about it like he threw it across and everyone could read what he was doing or something like that. And they picked it off that one. So
that was that time that Ravens defense were fully prepared. And that's what happens. But is Trent out? I've heard reports that he's definitely getting an MRI on the groin, but if it's not severe, he might still play for this game.
Yeah, I think it'll end up being a day-by-day injury versus out, but we'll see. So yeah, the game, and again, also, I rather lose here and now and make it mean something to the team, like they need to wake up, defense needs to really come together, versus it being a playoff game, or the Super Bowl, which everyone was saying this is going to be, especially UCG, you were like, this is going to be what the Super Bowl is going to look like. And so we have to make a lot of
and that's what we're getting for this one. I don't know. That just doesn't look right. But like you said, it does have something with that. But
yeah, no, for sure. And we have yet to see, we have 2 more games, right? We have Commanders next Sunday.
Yeah.
And we have the Rams.
The only problem, Eddie, is if we rest Trent, I don't know. We need to have Trent for this one because, I don't know, maybe not. Looking at the Commanders' defense, they do have some guys that they're still rebuilding from. So our best hope is to keep our guys healthy. That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe having Trent
in a way.
Maybe having Trent for the Rams game would probably be more important at this point because you want him at his full best. So, like, I don't know. The matchup for this one is they got to win this week. And for all these other teams, the Niners can definitely control their own destiny.
Mm-hmm.
When against the Commanders, we still have a chance to clinch it by the following week, but it's not going to be as easy as everybody says.
Right.
Because the Rams are kind of like the hungry team, and they're going to compete for a playoff spot, of course. Just because they have the number 6 seed right now, they're just holding on it on a tip. You know, like they're holding it like this, like barely. So the next 2 games can change at any moment.
It's very true. And it's, any given Sunday. And I don't know. Do you feel like the 49ers went in there maybe a little too confident, feeling like everyone was going for them?
I think in this Baltimore game, we were getting a little too comfortable, and that's probably what needs to change. But yes.
Mm-hmm. I kind of felt that too, because I was hearing everywhere Niners got it, Niners over Ravens, and I was hearing that the Ravens were feeling like this is being disrespected, and how could they even pick them, and this and that. So I think the Ravens really came in there with that fight and energy of like, I'm going to show you, kind of like, and if you disagree or agree, the energy we went into when we went to Philly. That's the energy I felt the Ravens came in here like.
It was the other way around.
Yeah, so that's what I think.
Oh, hey, shout out to Jess. I guess she likes what we do on the podcast.
Thanks, Jess. Appreciate you. Awesome. A lot of people in the chat today, which is awesome. Really cool.
Yeah, Niners are on 5-point underdogs with a higher rank offense. I mean, we were definitely favorites over the Ravens, but dude, defense was just a little more power. But if any other fan's gonna pick the Commanders, then I guess you must be the biggest delusional guy. But hey, I'm pretty sure Ramsaholic is a smart man. He'll pick the Niners over the Commanders because Commanders are just whatever. But I think Commanders are only going to be a team that's fighting for respect. They're competing. They're not going to give up without a fight, especially at FedEx Field. I think it's one of the environments where you want to come away healthy because that turf is like, I think they have terrible field condition too, if I'm mistaken.
So I'm seeing what Jordan is saying about Lamar didn't even have a great, I'm guessing it's going to be game, and Ravens were the underdog. I didn't think that. I mean, do you think Lamar had, because they were talking about that, right? Who's going to get the MVP? This game determines if it's Purdy, if it's CMC, if it's Lamar. Do you feel that Lamar played well enough to be like, for sure, he's an MVP?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Lamar's played at a high level. He's proven
Sure.
it in 2019. I mean, maybe this may not be his best statistics, but when you look at the way he's playing the game, it's very much at a high level. Like,
Yes.
Lamar's playing at a high level, like really, really high level. Like, he's taking this team to the next level. They got better weapons. Maybe the numbers are not like what they were in 2019, but come on, like, it's hard to ignore Lamar. Like, Lamar actually done it all, and he's no stranger to being the MVP candidate. So
Sure, I hear that, but at the same time, in my head, and maybe it's because I'm a Niner fan or a Brock fan, Brock has played in a playoff game. Hasn't he proven himself too? Like, yes, we know it was not a great game, but don't you feel that there's still wiggle room that he can be MVP? Or do you think because of yesterday and that 4 interceptions, it's completely out and it's off the table?
yeah, it definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lamar, it's kind of hard to ignore him because when this Ravens team, they are definitely number one right now.
Right.
What Lamar is doing, yeah, the receivers are a little better than his previous years. They're really better than the previous years.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree.
but the one thing that everybody questioned about Lamar was him as a passer, which he's kind of shown that he can throw the ball when he needs to. So I think that's one of his areas that he's improved the most, is being a better passer than he's been in the previous years.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much obvious. But yeah, I don't know. Christian McCaffrey is kind of like a shoot-in kind of MVP.
Mm-hmm. Right. But I mean, he's very, very impressive as well. I do know that it usually goes to a quarterback. For me, and again, maybe because I'm a Niner fan or maybe because I don't fully grasp it, I still think Brock Purdy has, amazing numbers. Yes, let's take away yesterday's game, but everyone's going to focus on that, just like everyone focused on the 3-game losing streak. But overall, I think he's still an outstanding quarterback.
Yeah, dual threat quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's done it like he's a running back in a way, but still.
And he's going to bounce back from this, and that's what I need to see. And maybe this is what he needed to happen. Maybe we needed to lose this game like this because this kid is basically really going to be studying really hard this week to make sure these things don't happen again, because I think there was also a sense of he feels bad for everyone else on his team, right? He knows the pressure also, and I know it's a team sport and it's not all on him, but he plays a huge role. And also, and I keep talking. Also, I think the Ravens knew that. I think the Ravens knew if they put pressure on Brock, because we know what happened like last year in Philly. When we have no quarterback, we don't do well. And when they put that pressure on the quarterback, we don't do well. So therefore, defense needs to really step up the game.
Yeah, defense has to really play better. But yeah,
for sure.
I don't think it's nothing to worry about Purdy, bro. Purdy don't got nothing to worry about. His job is solidified, dude. Come on, man. Even the Rams fans I've talked to even the ones I'm talking to, bro, they're even saying, come on, it's just the guy's bad game. Oh, well. Stafford had a bad game, too. Didn't he have 3 picks before, and they never benched him?
Mm-hmm. And see what Jordan is saying about, remember when Bosa said they gave the blueprint on how to beat Philly? Yeah. I think that's a very good statement.
Yeah.
I also want to say, what was a first for me yesterday that I've never seen before, or maybe I've seen it and I didn't recognize it. That first safety, how we got the first 2 points in the beginning. I'd never seen that before. Is that something that's common in football? The safety thing?
Yeah, safety is common when the quarterback is on the other end zone. Where the opposing end zone. Okay, let's say when he's down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you saw with Lamar Jackson was when he scrambled, he was in the end zone area.
Right.
And even with it being intentional grounding, that is considered the where he's marked down at, and that's considered a safety on that spot.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. So that was kind of cool for me.
Yeah, safety kind of goes both ways.
Okay.
Here's what's so good about having safety. Like, let's say going into overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say your defense gets a safety. That game's over. They're going to kick it to you. So that's pretty much game over. That's the only way they win it like that. Yeah.
Okay.
With how good the Niners defense is, they don't score a lot, like no TDs, but you would think, yeah.
Wait, which comment are you on?
No, I'm looking at what he says. But
okay, cool. Jordan, great comments, Jordan. We're loving this. This is great.
Well, Ramsaholic, you don't understand, bro. Like, Brock Purdy just fits our system. There's no other better quarterback since Steve Young. Come on, dude. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to understand why Brock is our quarterback, bro. If that was the case, then why is Trey Lance gone? If that's the case, why did we move on from Jimmy, bro? It's not the system anymore.
49er Eddie, you're pretty awesome for saying that. I like his little...
I mean, we're being positive and optimistic, but bro, like, come on, like, talking about a system quarterback, I can understand the difference, but not everybody is a system. If you are mastering this offense at a high level, then there's a difference. I mean, come on, Sam Darnold, bro. That is kind of a casual take, bro. Come on, casual take. Like, who would want to say that? Like, have you seen what? I mean, everybody keeps saying it because of what happened in Carolina, but come on, that's Carolina. That's just a different situation.
I agree with Jordan's comment.
If that was the case, Trey would have been our quarterback, but it's not the case, bro. It's not. It's got nothing to do with the fact that he is mastering the offense. Yeah, Darnold threw a TD. Did you forget about the interception? No, you didn't even bring up the interception. You only bring it up that line. Okay. I mean, Darnold is trash. He's just a backup for a reason. 2 teams giving up on this guy. But I think he's only there just to build reps at this point. Like, you never.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, but the difference is you take away those 3 picks, which is a tip ball. Anybody can get those interceptions. Like, volleyball tipping. Ravens tipped that ball all the way in the air. That was like a free-for-all, but yeah. But I agree, Jordan. Oh, you definitely agree. I think what we need to build onto the next game is, in all fairness to Darnold, no QB could help the Jets. 2 were tip.
Isn't what's-his-face supposed to come back at the Jets?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. Season's over. What is Rodgers playing for? He's gonna have to come back next year.
Is he still gonna come back? I mean,
I don't know. At his age, he should retire.
I think he should retire too.
On that field turf, I would not want to play over there again.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's also the field. Isn't that when we lost Bosa for that year? Because he also tore his ACL? ACL? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it happened at. Good thing we're not playing at that stadium, but I heard FedEx Field's got a little bit of a terrible condition, if I'm mistaken.
FedEx Field, that's the Commanders?
Yeah, I heard that field's a little bad sometimes.
Yeah. I didn't realize how important the turf or sod is in a football game, but it's pretty important.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I thought Rodgers was like coming back for like the last game. I mean, why not? If he has nothing to lose, it's not like they're going anywhere.
Purdy is a glorified Alex Smith. Hey, at least we're on to something there, man. At least we're on to something, but still.
I was an Alex Smith fan. I liked him.
I mean, Alex Smith was like, in the beginning of his career, he wasn't quite living up to the expectation. But once Harbaugh turned his career around, I guess you could say that he did enough to win games when he needed to. But, hey, we're on to something with that part. But I don't think it is not a diss. It's more like Alex Smith actually did what he needed to do to win ball games. So I guess I could take what you're saying. But if you're going to say this guy is not our quarterback, then I don't know what it is, dude. Kyle believes in the kid. I mean, he made the playoffs being carried also. That's the difference. I can see where that's coming from. But I think that's the true question. Can Brock come from behind? Which we don't see that. Yeah. Kyle Shanahan just doesn't know how to win from behind. I think that's one of his biggest weaknesses is if it comes down to being down by 2 touchdowns, are we going to count on this team to come from behind on a 2-touchdown game? I haven't seen that. And that's part going to be true. That's going to be his downfall. Kyle Shanahan is always going to be known for the guy who can't come from behind. You can have a big lead and you should have a better chance to win, but coming from behind is not what Kyle is built for. If it wasn't for Ayuk, those receivers had a suspect night. Yeah. Debo didn't do too much.
He was quiet.
Ayuk had a productive day, but Kittle was more productive.
Yeah,
Kittle was the most productive out of all the receivers, but Ayuk came in late.
He did.
Ronnie Bell, can we stop having that kid return kicks? I don't want him
to score a touchdown. Didn't he score last?
Yeah, he scored a touchdown, but I'm talking about punt returns and all that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this guy ever return punts again.
I also see Jess E's comment about Aaron, so he needs to properly heal his ACL before.
Yeah, he doesn't need.
Back.
He doesn't need to. He needs to properly heal. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's one thing people don't realize about Kittle. He is underrated in some aspects, but he's a good blocker.
No, he's great. I think he can do it all. What was it, 2 games ago where he was literally blocking 2 people so CMC could score? Was that?
Yeah, that block. The 2 blocks.
Yep.
No, I think that was the one with Debo too.
I mean, I would believe it if you said
he did like 2 efforts. Like he did the block on one of the other guys, then he decided to push the other way around.
Yeah. So he's great. He's amazing.
I just think that one thing about Kittle is I don't think we've seen him got injured all season. I don't think he's
he's been healthy all season.
He hasn't even missed a single game because he tends to miss single games. But
yeah, he's been healthy. Debo's the one that was out for a bit. Trent's been out for a bit.
This is probably the healthiest that George Kittle has been since 2018.
Did CMC miss any games this year? Was he out for anything? I think he was in.
No, I think he played through the pain. I'm gonna look it up.
George Kittle sounds
the
like
healthiest
him.
Player all season.
Oh, here we go with Brock being the game manager.
Here goes Mr. The hype of the Super Bowl talks right here, man. Dude, the Rams are not going to go anywhere further. Maybe playoffs, but I don't know. Like,
says
you guys have to play your best.
49er Eddie says Kittle's 5th in the Pro Bowl, voting more than Hurts and Mahomes.
He hasn't missed a single game all season. This is pretty much the healthiest Kittle has been all season.
That's great.
He hasn't been healthy. He hasn't had a healthy season since 2018, the year
is the best tight end.
Has been an Ironman. Yep, I can see where. CMC just never. I'm surprised that we kept him. Like, I'm surprised CMC has been very healthy because he always tends to get hurt.
He does, and he's always bloody. Have you noticed that? Like
bloody on his elbows, all that.
So I believe that. Oh, my little comment. Yes, he's the best tight end.
Let me ask you this. What blood on the blood, bro? You guys are not guaranteed playoffs. You guys got to win out at least. The Packers, Packers may win out. Seattle may win out. You guys have to win out. So maybe, so there's the people's blood, the people's champ, like The Rock.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that game. I don't know, bittersweet.
So okay, since we want to go on the positive side of it,
Yes.
So who stood out to you in this defeat, even though it's like a worse way to look at it, but like, hey, this guy did his part.
Yeah, I love it. And we always kind of do this of like who was the MVP in the actual game. This one's really hard for me to even pick someone. I kind of want to pick Kittle though. That would be.
Oh, that's a simple one.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you? Because he had 100. He had 100 plus yards. I mean, he was actually the factor in the beginning of the game, and still was the finish.
Yeah, and I think CMC did score a touchdown. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still on track of every single game he's scored
every single touchdown.
Yeah,
he's on pace to like break Rice's previous record.
And did you hear? Jerry said that he wants him to break that record. So I love when there's that kind of
that respect for one another.
Yeah, like no, records are meant to be broken. I want him to break it. He deserves it, and that's awesome. That's great. I love that.
I guess as far as the one player, like you just said, you said Kittle. But I'm going to go CMC, I guess, because even under the circumstances, he still got a touchdown. He was able to move the chains. We just didn't give him enough touches, but still.
Yeah, I mean, those two.
Defensively, okay, on the positive side, with all those turnovers, you can do so much. But this defense only missed 6 tackles all day, so that's not too bad. because the previous weeks we were missing like 13 or something tackles those other games. Now the tackles are dropped down a little more, which is not that bad.
Yeah, I hear you, Jordan. On the second half, you can tell they.
Yeah, that was the key.
Yeah,
that was definitely on the key on them.
And I felt like everyone knew that. Everyone knew it was constantly going to go to CMC and to run the ball. I don't know. There were points for the defensive line. I don't know. There were parts where I don't know. Maybe when you watch it, it's different. Where you're like, I could have caught him. Run faster! Like, come on, Bosa, we pay you good. Or Fred right there, just knock him. So.
Yeah, they were on Brock's face a lot, which was a lot of pressure.
Great.
Any other quarterback will go through the circumstances. I mean, but you got to look at it this way. Yeah, but hey, hope you had a good Christmas, EG, but all the MVP is a distraction, and we need to focus on games. Yeah. That's true, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam, Mr. 559, Adam. And he's a good dude. But
and I also think if the MVP goes to, and I know controversial and all that jazz, but if it goes to CMC, it's not like Brock Purdy's going to be mad or upset over it. I honestly think if he were to get it, he'd give it to CMC. To be honest with you, is what I think.
No, I think the MVP is going to go with somebody, but I think it needs to go to like other. I think the quarterback position this year is just not that good. Like outside of Brock Purdy, outside of those 4 other quarterbacks, and you include Brock Purdy. Has any other quarterback stood out?
No, because Jalen had a couple bad games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes also, and plus his energy when he loses games, or what was it? He was like yelling at people.
Yeah, tantrum.
Yes, yeah, that's not flattering.
I mean, but you have to be honest. Like, look at the receivers they got. Like this is, but that's the same thing we're getting with Brock Purdy now because of what they're saying too. Like, I don't think it matters who you have at quarterback. You can only do so much with the weapons.
Yeah, agreed. That's a good point too. Josh Allen, there's been talks of him.
The problem with Josh Allen is his decision making, or else I definitely put him in the conversation. But when you make so many mistakes, it's hard for me to say, okay, he's MVP. But yeah, when you watch Josh Allen, you're like, yeah, he's got the it. Yeah. But then you're like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? Like, why do you throw this game away? That's where I question. I like Josh Allen. I'm at least one of those supporters of his because he comes from my city, my area. So of course I got a lot of love and support for Josh Allen because he's kind of like the hometown boy for all around the 559, but he just needs to play better with decision making. But that's what makes him so unique is his gunslinging ability. Agreed. I mean, I met his dad a couple of times before. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He's been at some of the events where I was working at, and then I found out that I guess he told me who he was, and I guess we were just doing what we were doing our job, and I guess he just had a little quick conversation with me, and then he said, he says, do you guys watch anything with the NFL? And I said, yeah, of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I have a son that plays in the NFL.
Oh, that's how that came about.
No, but he was talking because I was just repping my team the other way, but I guess he was a Niners fan too. But in a way, he said, my son plays for the Bills. And I'm like, is it Josh Allen? And he says, how do you know? And I'm like, because you just said he plays for the Bills and he's from here. It's pretty obvious. That's the only guy I could think of. Yeah, but
that's pretty cool.
I would say Tyree, but see if you need more attention. Yeah, that's true. But it's more of a QB award.
Oh yeah, wasn't Tyree
I think it's Lamar Jackson's MVP to take. I don't know. I don't think there's anybody that's impressive except Lamar. I mean, Josh Allen. If you want to go with the specimen and the gunslinging ability, then give him the MVP. But I'm not one of them.
Where's that question? You think we will bring any O linemen because it got ugly last night?
I'm hoping we bring some quality depth because I don't know. Those guys that we got, it's not going to cut it. Mm-hmm. And we need those guys to get healthy. We do, especially Trent. We need Trent healthy. Yeah, I'm checking updates with Trent, but it hasn't been like. Yeah, I saw the same thing you saw, that I thought he was getting an MRI today, and then I'm pretty sure he'll probably be day by day if it's not serious. Yeah.
is what I'm thinking is going to happen.
Oh, here's reports. Here's some reports right now, guys.
Hot off
The
the press.
San Francisco 49ers signed Sebastian Joseph Day. We just signed a D tackle. That's going to be good for Armstead to be healthy. Yes.
Look at that.
I've been pushing for this. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a little quick video, and you give me your thoughts, and then I'll tag you along on my TikTok video. You know what?
Okay.
Let's put it this way.
Oh, you're going to do it live here?
Yeah. Hey, Bella, we just signed Sebastian Joseph Day. What's your reaction on this one?
I'm excited. We needed it. Let's go Niners.
We got to stop the run, right?
Absolutely.
No pressure on Eric Armstead, but we just signed him. I just looked at Twitter, and we just signed him for debt purposes.
Woo!
I was pushing for this guy when a couple of my followers were asking me this question. So I'm definitely on board on this.
You manifested it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that. Right off the press.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then maybe we get a good preview for the followers to check out you get a little scoop. But yeah,
Love it.
We just signed him for depth. I just got it right now.
Love it how that happened.
Yeah, you're going to be excited.
That.
We'll tag you along. But hey, let's get some more questions out here. So if he breaks the record, give me your thoughts on that one.
If CMC breaks the record with 24 touchdowns and gets 120 rush last game, he should win it. Tyreek has it. I thought Tyreek Hill was injured. Did he play on Sunday?
Yeah, he did.
He
actually did. He actually almost had 100 yards against the Cowboys. He had 99 yards, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I don't know. See, I might just be a Niner. Like, I want to stay with CMC, but Tyreek Hill, it's phenomenal. Don't they also call him the Cheetah? Isn't that his nickname?
He's fast.
Yeah, he's incredible. So, I mean, I want to stay faithful to my CMC.
Well, you got to be realistic about it too.
You do, and I wouldn't be mad if Tyreek Hill got it because it's incredible. The proof is in the pudding in all the stats. So,
especially.
What do you think, CG?
I think that's the problem. He might just set the standard for the 2K, but he has to still do it at a higher level. He has to get another 200 yards, which I don't know if he'll do it, but
yeah,
it's remarkable. If he can get 2,000 yards, that's going to be unheard of, but I don't think it's going to happen because he missed a couple of games. I mean, I think he missed a game, but he did play the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboy game I did watch, and I was very happy that they lost.
Yeah, that's bummer. That is bummer. You know what I mean? But
all the Cowboy fans are really quiet in my DMs. They're really quiet.
Oh my God, they are quiet. But once we lose, it's the end.
Do you know what I'm having? I have nothing but Eagles fans right now being like, "You're exposed," and
says right here says we signed him.
Look at that, hot off the press.
That's hot off the press. I'm not even kidding. And Cardinals are actually going to weave their cornerback Marco Wilson. So cornerback depth. Maybe. I think we're good.
Let's see what.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. A little bit of. Okay, it's all right. We lost to Baltimore. It's all right, Ravens. Okay, but you know what? We're gonna get some help on the way, hopefully.
Oh, Jordan, you're a Cowboys fan?
Yeah. I already seen it, Cardcast. I know what you're saying. I already seen it. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say we got Sebastian Joseph Day, bro. I just saw it on Twitter, my guy. Oh, you're a Cowboys fan. You were classier. You seem like those realistic Cowboy fans, the ones I can respect,
not
the ones I can actually conversate with. Because a lot of these other Cowboy fans, they are still on Dak and they still think that they have a chance. And I'm like, I want to be nice and respectful, but it's like, come on, okay, I like your team spirit, but come on, I don't understand the deal with it. You know what I mean? I got a couple of old friends of mine who are just like that too, but then they're kind of like, okay, yeah, we're not all that. But at least they can admit that part.
It's just being realistic, I've talking with
word. Yeah. Yeah, I got the word. That's not you okay, so what were you gonna say? My bad, Cardcast. I thought you were gonna shoot the gun on the same news I got. What's the news? But yeah, hey, you're right. You're right, Jordan. There is a possibility because we cannot lose another game. So I'm not disagreeing on that. Oh, we got a couple dudes. We got Ray Gonzalez. We got my boy Ray from the TikTok community. We got Ray. He always comes on my channel. on TikTok.
Oh, nice. Welcome, Ray. Also, 49ers.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
Jordan,
want to
you're
get some
awesome.
followers out here. I want to get them over here a little bit sometimes. And for some of those other followers, go follow Bella. You got a good TikTok too.
Yeah, let me. Can I post that on there? My TikTok.
Yeah, go ahead.
It won't do it for some
It
reason.
won't do it.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's Life
Telling you.
with Lady A.
Telling you.
TikTok.
But hey, Ray, we got that boy Sebastian Joseph Day. We got our D tackle rotation. We got it. Oh yeah. For some of you that don't follow TikTok, but hey, follow her. She knows her stuff.
I like
the positive vibe. You know, she brings the energy. Hey, she met John Chapman. She met my favorite YouTuber of all time.
I did. John.
I envy you a little bit.
He's so incredible, John. You're more jealous that I met John versus I met Patrick Willis.
Yeah. Oh, the guy who said.
I still think they're both amazing.
Yeah, but Brock Purdy has a moment, dude. Like CarCast, everybody has a moment. I get what you're saying. I think Kyle Hamilton was a very humble person and actually took that approach, but everybody's not perfect.
We need to rest Nick in case Armstead. We play real hard. Yeah.
Well, we got Randy Gregory and Colin Farrell, and we do got that kid from Georgia that we drafted in the 5th. The guy's got speed rush. Yeah, I think
that's right, Ray. He's going to bounce back, and I think maybe he needed this. And sometimes you do. You need a loss to really and we needed this. I think he needed this challenge. This is something that is only going to help him.
Yeah, exactly. My point. Like, I think everybody's kind of panicking. Yeah. Oh, hey, I like the criticism of what you got to say. Fred's got to tackle better, actually. I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to badmouth him because actually his dad is a fan of my channel, so I don't want to throw his son under the bus. It's not in my best business.
No, he's a great player, but
he's a great football player. But yes, Fred, just tackle. Don't try to don't try to kill somebody on the football field.
Yeah, and we know he's amazing. He's great, and I think he could have a little more gusto.
Yeah. He is kind of like. But I'm still backing Fred 100%. It's got nothing to do with his dad either way. I just like that he wears number 54. 54 is a cool number. That's just the number I played in football. But
oh, nice.
Yeah.
But also, do you think this game will have the 49er bandwagoners jump off?
Yeah, jump the ships. You know what? Mm-hmm. I know everybody was bad-mouthing Spencer Burford.
Yeah.
I give him the benefit of the doubt, but maybe play him at the tackle spot. Maybe he'll get better at that spot. Maybe the guard just wasn't for him.
Mm-hmm.
Fred always speaks his facts, but we do need to get it together, no doubt. Yeah. And I don't want Mr. Senior try to take it offensively because I'm good with. I talk with this guy sometimes, so I don't want to be on his bad side. When you got Fred Senior talking to you, sometimes you don't want to have a bad taste with that guy.
No, for sure, never.
Yeah, those fakes today in TikTok. Yeah, you got to call them out, man. I seen that video where you're actually kind of showing the hard time video. I think I was like one of them that agree with it. Everyone on Niners is arm tackling, and it drives me crazy. They got to work on better tackling a little bit better.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for a lot of improvement. So,
what are your thoughts on what some people say? Well, Roquan is playing great football. I don't know about the argument. I think Fred is still better. But it's not too far off. It's not far off with Roquan Smith. He is playing really good football. What Roquan put on tape, he is a good football player. I think he's definitely I think he's one of the top linebackers too, and the Bears were dumb enough to move on for him.
Oh.
But I think they had to move on because he wanted more money. That's what it was. But they still got some linebackers. Our O-line needs to step it up too. I agree. 100%. Yep.
Very true.
Yeah. Perfect. Protect Purdy. Yeah, you got to protect him. Of course, Brock Purdy's going to have a terrible game. Like, if you're not going to protect your quarterback, and if the defense is tipping the ball, what's the chances of those interceptions coming? There's going to be a lot of opportunities. There was some tip balls. There were some almost interception games, but Brock only got 4.
So let's even put it this way. If the tip balls didn't happen, do you feel like the Niners had a better advantage because there were even points where I think the tip ball only had happened once or twice, and we were only 2 touchdowns away. And like you said, we don't do well from coming from behind, but there was a point where we could have definitely caught up, and it just didn't click.
Oh, yeah. I think what didn't click personally was like you said, if we didn't have those tip balls, we would have had opportunities to score.
Yeah.
But you can't just ignore those turnovers because those are going to be the kind of games you're going to see at some point. But if Brock Purdy just minimized a little bit but then again, that's what makes Brock Purdy so unique is he's taking those chances and it pays off most of the time. Yeah. And hey, so I guess I don't know. Hey, Carcass, you're actually related to him, or are you just joking? Because I think he is from Jersey. I think so. Hey, that's cool. I didn't know that. Oh yes, because we are driving. Yeah, we gotta capitalize on all that stuff.
Yeah, we really do. So looking ahead for the game that will be, I believe it's next. I think we
got the Commanders. Okay, let's preview that.
Let's do that. It's a 1:00 game, I think, for us. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually it's 10 a.m. game.
Oh, it's a 10 a.m. Oh yeah, because we're going to the East Coast. Okay. How do you feel about this game? Yeah, you're right. It's a 10 a.m. game, so it's an early one for us. Commanders are 4-11. We are 11-4.
But this Commanders team is fighting hard, so
yeah,
they are definitely competing for something. So, you know what? This has got to be a get right game. I'm not taking this Commanders game lightly because they are competing. So. If we don't play our best, I don't care who we play. That Commanders team is fighting for something. So
they definitely are because on Sunday they played the Jets and it was 28-30. So like you said, they're fighting for something. They're not just rolling over. And then the week prior when they played the Rams, it was 20.
The Rams are fighting for a playoff spot. So this is going to be a playoff atmosphere against the Rams. And to Ramsaholic, I was joking, but I guess he has other reasons why he's not going to go this week. I guess he told me something, which I understand, but sometimes he gets on me and I get on him and we play around.
It's all fun and game. It's nothing but positive.
I just said that just to rattle him up a little bit, but I guess he's cool with it. Yeah, they're in it to try to ruin us, and we need to play like it's a win or go home for real. Yes.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. Tommy 2.0. Are you talking about Tommy DeVito 2.0? That guy didn't look too good. I still can't believe Magic Johnson is a part of the Washington. Yeah, he is the owner, actually. And I'm a Lakers fan.
Really?
I'm a Lakers fan.
Gosh, I didn't know that.
No, Magic Johnson has owned part
of
the Commanders.
You can find me. How you can find me? Okay, so on TikTok, I am.
Let me show. I think you left me a comment. I'll look for it. Carcass, her TikTok is
Life with Lady A.
Life, yeah. Oh yeah, right here. This is her. Actually, this is what her YouTube channel is, but I don't think she does it as much. But that's her channel, and she does go to a lot of football games. She even met John Chapman. She met Patrick Willis, which I still envy you a little bit. Not just playing.
I do, and I'll be at the Rams game, you guys. So
you are? No way.
Rams game. I will be at the. And then here's a funny thing: me and CG were both at the Commanders game last New Year's.
Yeah, last year.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, because
we didn't know. But we didn't know.
One of the buddies that I had, I think one of the buddies that ran a show, he had an extra ticket for me. And I said, dude, I don't know if I'll be able to make it. He says, hey, I got you a ticket. Just try to get the fee for the party bus. And then I had to make a decision. I said, hey, is it okay if I go to the game? And they're like, go ahead. And I had to get in advance to my boss to let him know I was going to miss that day. And they said, go ahead. So I did that. And it was cool. We won that game. I was dancing during that day, and then I was at the stadium. I even had a close-up to Jennings, actually.
Oh, really?
I had a close-up to Jennings. I don't know if you saw the video, but I have it's a video where he's kind of like shaking hands with the coach, and then he sits right back.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to recheck that.
And then there was that one video where Jake Brendel was looking at me strange, and then just gave me that look where he's like kind of like knew who I was. He kind of gave me that look like he just couldn't stand me. I actually roasted him all over social media, and he went in silence. He's like, yeah. Oh, hey, maybe she might on the Rams game. Maybe
on the Rams game.
But you saw John Chapman before I even met the guy. I've talked to Chapman all the time.
He's my neighbor, I found out. Like because I was helping him at the event for the 49er Rush.
Yeah, so he's
events.
like on the hotel neighbor?
No, like where we physically live in the Bay Area. And I'm like, what the heck? You're the city, I don't want to give out people's information. Like you're
no, but I thought he lived in LA, if I'm mistaken.
No, he's
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, what about Wayne Breezy? Did you meet him?
No.
What about Travis King? That one's gonna be a good one to meet.
I did meet I know Travis.
Travis is cool.
I don't know Travis, but I know of him and I met him. I didn't put pictures up of him.
Oh, actually, he's got that music with E40. Actually, I was been listening all day today.
So Travis King, I have a picture. I didn't put up all my pictures. I don't know. I get kind of like
a little too excited a little bit.
Well, no, and then I'm like, the people get tired of seeing this. And then
not for everybody, maybe for other fans.
Do you guys get or do you know Tommy Mello who does the pins?
Oh, I know him actually. I was actually at that Commanders game actually. Mm-hmm. And he was just right around the VIP area.
Oh, nice.
And he was walking all around. Like there's this video. Okay, there's this video of this other content creator who actually recorded me with him on the show. And then there was Tommy Mello right behind me. And then Tommy Mello wanted me to like there was that because I guess Tommy Mello's phone was a little short on charge, so he borrowed my charger. We talked a little bit. He was on my show too.
Oh, he's such a phenomenal person.
Oh, he's a funny dude.
Yeah, he's awesome. Really,
he was
nice.
on one of my shows like months ago, but he's a good dude.
Yes, I was at the Bengals game. Bengals game this year, and then I went to a preseason game this year. Who did I go? I don't remember. It was like the last preseason game this year. I tried to go Christmas Day, it just didn't work out. I mean, I've been to a lot of. I'm very fortunate to do a lot of Niner games.
I've been to a lot of them, but I've only met a certain amount of people. I've only met Chili Will, and I met that Lucky guy, whatever his name is.
Ooh, Lucky guy.
But this is the one where I had Mello on my show, and then he remembers what happened.
Nice.
I've actually met him in person too. There was like the one thing with there was this one called 49er Street Squad where I was recorded on the Commanders game, and he had me record it, and then Tommy Mello was just walking right towards me, and then he was just asking for the charger because his phone was running off a little. We were talking football and all that stuff, and then he was telling me he was coming from LA, so I'm like, and then he told me he didn't even tell me much about his records until I found out I was the dude I was talking to. Sometimes you just go to games you don't even notice. Yeah,
and the Niner fan base, everyone's just so nice. It's such a nice community, and
I met a couple. I met Aya the Niner too. Aya the Niner is a cool dude.
Nice. I've never met him.
Matt Miyoko. I actually met Matt Miyoko also.
Oh, so cool. Yeah, I've never met him.
I'm going to show you the picture of Matt Miyoko. This was like last year when I was at the game. I met him, and Dante Whitner was at the game also, which I was over there with. I'm trying to remember what other guys I met. I actually met Jeff Garcia a while back also.
Oh, hey.
He walked past me, and he didn't want to get away from – like, he was nice enough to just shake my hand and go. Trying to find the one where I have Matt Miyoko on my picture, but – I have the Brian Young picture from 2 years ago.
I think it's on my IG and not my TikTok, but Joe Montana walks right past me.
Oh, but you said he's on a charge, right? I don't like that charge mentality of them.
He was, of course, being escorted, but I was like, oh my God, I'm breathing the same air as him. So
okay, so who do you see behind me right there?
Oh, that's cool.
No, but which player is behind me?
It's really, really hard to see. I cannot tell. For the
Hall of Famer, defensive lineman, Hall of Famer, Brian Young.
Oh, see, no, you're gonna have to send it to me. See, that's what we have to do next time. Send it to me.
And then there's him, and then there's a couple of dudes I met out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, a couple dudes.
49ers talk.
I'm trying to find the Matt Miyoko one.
That's awesome. That must have been
I want to show you. I want to see if I can find Mr. Matt Miyoko. Matt Miyoko is a cool dude. Like, he's a nice guy. He's not as bad as everybody says he is.
I don't know who would say he's bad. You know who I really want to meet is David Lombardi. I love his content. He
seems like a nice dude from my understanding, but he kind of seems like he doesn't really take the time like everybody does. But I get it. He's a reporter, so everybody does what they got.
Yeah, I like he usually does when they're at away games. He goes all the way up to the stadium and does like a tour.
What do you think this is?
That's not Matt Miyoko?
Yeah, it is Matt Miyoko.
Okay.
And then there was this Aya the Niner. Aya the Niner's right there.
so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool
Oh,
that you went to the championship game. That
that's
must have
cool.
been heartbreaking, but so exciting too.
It was Merry Christmas, God bless, but Brock for making it. Oh, come on, man. Come on. This guy's funny. He's too much. You know, out of all the other Rams guys, this is like the biggest Niner fan out of all of them because this guy just doesn't go anywhere else but Niner channels. This guy loves us more than his Rams. No, but he's a funny guy. He's a good dude. He's a classy dude. He's just a little, I guess you could say he's a little troll in a way.
Hey, you know what? We like nice trolls.
I mean, him and Jim Everett are kind of like those trolls that, you know, hey, they got to love us more than anybody else.
And we will take the love. I will take the love. It's, you know.
So you went to that game, huh, CarCast? You told me about that one, huh? That was a terrible game, but you got there.
Niner games are fun. Although
let's talk about
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the game because we were getting too excited.
We always lose track.
So the matchup. What matchup are you looking forward to in this Commanders game?
I'll be really honest. I just know that we need to win. We need to bounce back. And I know that just because they don't have a great record doesn't mean anything. I don't want them to go in thinking like, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be easy because we have seen what that mentality has done. So I'm looking for a bounce back from Brock. That's what I'm really wanting to see. That's where my mind is. What about you?
I want to see a bounce back game from Brock. Yeah. You lost to a great defense, but hey, Commanders are fighting hard. I want to see how you respond after a defeat. I want to see how you play under pressure with this because you got to win the next 2 games.
Yeah.
Number 1 seed. I mean, that's what I want to see. So as far as like the X factors, I got to say just CMC play his best ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm hoping for.
I mean, I would like to see him do like 2 touchdowns. I would love to see all the key players make a touchdown, like 2 from CMC, Debo, Kittle. Wouldn't that be great? And I want us to be up in the 40s again. I like when we're in the 40 score range.
Shout out to one of the top Eagles content creators, Joey Shakes. What's the injury situation?
Joey Shakes.
He's a good dude. He's a good guy.
We like good people.
What's the injury situation? Trent Williams is actually kind of like getting evaluated with a growing injury, so it could either be severe or maybe not a big deal. Let's see. Concussion to our backup tackle, Jalen Moore. Then I guess Aaron Banks is dealing with a turf toe, but it's kind of been a repeat of injury. So he can either just play through the pain like some of the players do, because Aaron's kind of been coming in and out of the lineup with that turf toe. So he's either played through the pain a little bit. Brock Purdy just had a stinger. I think he'll be fine.
Right. Didn't he experience that last game too? He went out for a bit.
Yeah, he did, and he shaked it off a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm joking, but the run defense, yeah. We're going to have to stop Brian Robinson. He's a good running back. Well, Sam Howell, I don't know if he leads the league in interceptions, but he gets sacked a lot. But he's a good quarterback. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think if Sam Howell had a good offensive lineman, I think he would have been really good. But he plays on a really bad Commanders team. Not to take a knock out of Sam Howell, it's just when you play on a really bad team, it's hard to play in a winning culture like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happens. But I think Robinson's hurt. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, you're right. Hopefully we play the Eagles so I can get this guy on my show.
Oh, the Eagles.
I've been pushing for this guy for a while, but I guess he's got a busy schedule. But I had his boy Philly 500 on my show during that week.
Yeah, we'll get the MRI results pretty soon. Sure.
Yeah, results will either be in today or tomorrow. Yeah. I think a lot of the injuries are coming into our offensive lineman right now. So we'll see. Maybe we might have dodged a bullet with some of the guys. Like, Trent might just play through the pain because he's been playing through it all season.
Mm-hmm.
Turf toe, it can definitely be a little cautious for some players. But Eric Armstead, my thinking of the situation, yeah, we'll do if we play, yeah. All right, man. Just remember, because last time you had I understand you got a really busy schedule. I understand, dude. But I appreciate you stopping by, actually. It's kind of nice to have a top YouTuber of his fan base. Him and Philly 500, they're definitely one of the top.
Oh, nice.
But they got some good amount of content. I sometimes watch some of his rant videos sometimes just to see what he had to say.
Gotta love those rants.
There's a lot of good ones. Like him and Philly 500 are good people.
Oh, nice. We love good people.
If you tell, you can tell he likes those animated scary movies or whatever. You can tell he does. I mean, yeah, but still, we got to see what happens. Oh, yeah. I want to see this matchup, actually. Travarius Ward versus Terry McLaurin. That dude, that's going to be a really good matchup if we could hold up ourselves on that guy. Scary Terry's good when he's at his best. But the problem is their offensive line is really much of an issue for them right now. You know who has the most sacks in the season at quarterback?
Who?
Sam Howell.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's who we're playing. The team with the most sacks right now.
Okay.
Sam Howell, but I think Brissett is probably going to start. I don't know. I have to look up the updates. If there's any Commanders fans that I'm not aware of, maybe you guys can go in my comment section and give me some updates on your quarterback, because I don't know.
Yeah, I have no. I'm not.
I don't know, because I've heard Sam Howell was low injured. I don't know what's going on.
I am not up to par.
Is it Brissett playing or Howell? I don't know. We'll see. I'll look it up. If it's Sam Howell playing, then maybe we should be able to get to him. He is kind of like the same size as Brock Purdy. He's about 6'1", 220, just like Brock. Yeah, he's got a lot of sacks this year. Like, you want to know how many sacks he's got this season as a starting quarterback for the Commanders?
What? How many? I'm
going to look it up right now. Okay. So they play the Jets, and they lost. They lost by 2 points.
Right. Last Sunday. No, this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday they lost. Oh, he got sacked one time, but out of all the other games, okay, this season alone, he is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. You want to know how many sacks he got this season?
How many?
60 sacks this season is the most by the NFL. You expect our defensive line to feast a little bit.
This is true. I'm trying to see if there's
expecting a Niners sack performance. I'm expecting Bosa and Chase Young coming out. That's going to be my matchup. I don't think it's going to matter how many passes they're throwing to the receivers, because if Sam Howell does not have time on the pocket, he's going to be running for his life.
Yeah, no, definitely to see those two work together to sack the quarterback is what we're going to need. I mean, I'm sure everyone has seen this already. So who's completely eliminated from playoffs? Looks like the Giants, the Jets, the Chargers, the Cardinals.
Yep. There you go. Chase's revenge game.
The Commanders, Panthers. I always mess it up. Is it the Titans or is it the Tennessee?
Titans.
And then, of course, we knew that Belichick's team is out a long time ago.
They've been out since like week 10 or so.
I know. I was going to say they were out a while ago.
They've been done. But the matchup I'm excited to see is how their offensive line responds to our D line. Even though we're not fully healthy, but at least we should be able to match up with our backups. And I'm guessing signing Sebastian Joseph Day just tells me that they're definitely trying to keep the rotation reliable and not try to rush Eric Armstead.
Yes.
So I actually predicted that we need to sign him by Tuesday if we could. So I'm going to see what role he's in. I'm hoping it's not practice squad.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now.
It better not be practice squad, because the team's going to snag that guy. I would try to find a way to get him on. They already signed him, so they officially signed him to the 1-year deal.
Right, but I don't think he's on practice squad, or I'm looking right now and I don't.
Well, he's on the active roster from my understanding.
So he's going to be active.
Well, we get this guy, and this is a good move.
Yeah,
this is a move that I actually had a question asked about this before. So my thoughts were, look at our other backup D tackles. They're not stepping up. No offense to Kinlaw and Kevin Givens and Kalia Davis. They weren't stepping up for sure. And no offense to T.Y. McGill, wasn't doing much either. So it's like we needed some quality depth.
This is true. And then I also see in the comments.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping our defense plays their best. I mean, can we get 7 sacks this game? Can we get multiple interceptions? And maybe
again, it's going to be a bounce back game, and it'll give them a lot of. And I think winning the game will give them the confidence
going into the Rams game. Yeah,
there you go. Mm-hmm.
But give me your score prediction on that.
For the Commanders game.
Yeah.
Again, I like the number 42, so I'm going to go at 42-17.
Ooh, then 40 burgers. Good Lord. I hope you're right about that one, but
me too.
Something just tells me that we're not going to go there.
You don't think we're going to hit the 40s with the Commanders?
I think we're gonna have a little bit of an issue with the injuries right now. We'll stuck it in. We'll be all right. But
What do you think?
I say, since you said 42-17, I would hope you're right about it. But I'm gonna go with my instinct. 35-17.
Okay.
I think that would be like the.
We
real
like 17. That's always like our 17 is always our number.
Yeah, it's one of those numbers. But I got to go with 35-17.
Okay.
I just don't know about that 40 burger. I'm hoping you're right.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking like CMC, couple touchdowns. Debo has a good game. I mean, it's possible. It's very possible.
Yeah, it's what they get a right game. That being said, Niners will lose because we think they are going to win. Well, that's just how some would think because of what's going on. Because when you lose this game, it's always kind of like, oh, we're not going to win the next game because we're struggling. But this is what you need is get right. Yeah, it's going to need reps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Armstead's going to need, yeah.
It's also, while I was watching the game yesterday, you go through as a fan, and I have been there for a long time and these situations, but I can't want this more than these guys want this. They know what it's worth. I know that they're tired. I know, but they are professional athletes. They are paid. This is their job. So, they got to give it their all. And I think it only hurts them when they know they aren't playing at their full potential. And I can't help but think that some of the players yesterday didn't play at their true full potential.
Yep, that's what it is. I'm not gonna lie. You're right about that part. They smacked us pretty hard and we weren't able to respond back. So I think this is the game where we have to build back our confidence. And like you said, we can't get too ahead of ourselves on this game.
Yeah, and it's true. I don't think any Niner or true Niner fan is going to deny it. The Ravens, they won.
I thought this would have been a low-scoring game. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jordan. I thought this was going to be a low-scoring game if it came to that safety. I thought this was going to be a defensive game, and then the Ravens said, we're going to steamroll you, and bam, smack y'all in the face. You guys are nothing. That's what they were doing. They were just, running around circles on us, and we couldn't do nothing about it.
Well, honestly, like you were saying, like starting with that safety point in the beginning, that's where I was in the mentality of like, oh my God, this really is like a Super Bowl game. It's going to be intense. It's going to be all about defense. It's going to be low scoring. But then it just got out of hand, and I was like, thank God this isn't the Super Bowl, because we needed to like come back alive. The umph was missing.
Yeah, and that's what it was, and like it's just that's how it's going to be. So I think
they're watching film today. They're going to go through it.
They better start watching film, and the guys we're bringing in, they better start stepping up. Yeah, I'm a happy camper. Of course you are, because we lost, and you guys have at least a decent chance to catch up to the number 1 seed. So it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. But realistically, we are just excited for the next 2 games, and now that we're starting to bring some nice depth, bringing in some nice depth of guys that we need on our D-line. I don't think having Armstead at this point of the season should be a necessary need right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ravens. I think Ravens were fully prepared. I think they seen what they need to see, but I don't think there's a book on Brock. Brock just had a moment. Like all great quarterbacks have that. So.
Not only that, but I think kind of like we said a little bit earlier, I think they came in with the energy of knowing that they were the underdog to not win, and everyone picked the Niners, and they were going across the country.
Yeah.
Christmas, it's Monday night. I think there was that energy that really
could have been in our favor, but it just fell off immediately. So
yeah. And I'll say it. I think the Niners came in with the energy of our house, look at us.
We got everything, all that stuff.
We tend to do that. I've noticed that I love all of them, but we tend to do that.
Yep. That's what happens. Not all quarterbacks are going to be perfect, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. There's no.
I think this Commanders game is definitely a get-right game, and if we lose that game, that's a concern, which I don't think is going to happen, but you never know.
You never know, and you're right, and I can't want it more than them. But yes, I do think this is going to be a get-right game. I think Purdy feels like he has a lot to prove, and he will prove it.
I want to look at the injury report, because I'm hearing that Robinson may not even play.
If you
So
lose the
Rockets
game, do you rest the guys? I
will
don't
run
know. I
around.
don't think we do because aren't we still fighting for first seed if we lose the
Yes.
Commander game? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we have division, but if you lose the game, do you rest the guys? No, we don't even need to rest our guys. Like, why? We still want to clinch the number 1 seed. Like, we have to still secure the number 1 seed. If we lose, then what's the purpose? Like, why we want to rest our starters? Like, I don't want us to go on to the wild card. I want us to have that one rested game to where we can come at our best. But
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
they know that. They know they're
and
not.
honestly, do you guys think Baltimore are the best team in the NFL? They proved it. They proved to be the best. I mean, I think when you look at a team that's physically good and dominates teams, you can't ignore the Baltimore Ravens being the best team right now. They just beat the best of the NFC.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's what it really comes down to. I think the Ravens
are like the Ravens are a resilient football team. They've dealt with injuries, but they're still a fighting football team, and they are proven to be the best right now. So
the 49ers are definitely the best in the NFC.
Right now, yes.
It with Dallas and the Eagles. I think the Eagles have a lot of hype. I don't think the Eagles are what they are. And then, we got shown last night that the best in the AFC, who are the Ravens, are truly the best. And do I think that we had every opportunity to win that game? We did. It just didn't happen. So the best team won.
And you're right about that, Jordan. We are 1-3 against the conference that year. I mean, the division of the AFC North. I mean, they were a tough challenge. We'll see what happens, man.
I agree. Eagles are overrated. I'm over them.
We're just hoping to get on track. I mean, realistically, can the Commanders actually give us a game? It's possible.
Yeah.
We just have to be at our best.
Again, I mean, when we had the 3-game winning streak, loss, I was very confident. I'm like, we're going to bounce back next game. Don't worry. And then we lost again.
I think if we rest, I think if we get a bye week, I think that gives us the bigger advantage to get to the Super Bowl this year.
1,000%.
Because if we
they know what's at stake. They have to win these 2 games.
If we get number 2 or 3 seed or whatever, or even like the number 2 or 3 seed, I don't like our chances because it gives us an extra game to be wear and tear.
Mm-hmm.
But if we get that bye week, I don't see no doubt in my mind.
I think the teams are all rated right because the Niners are the best and the Eagles. And
he's speaking it like it is, which I like about that way.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. For this season, I agree with that.
Don't put pressure on Sam Howell, especially with that O-line they have. I think we're going to still create pressure. He's probably not going to get as much. Yeah, he does get it out to those guys, but I think as long as we have Ward and those other guys covering, we'll be all right. But we got to play our best game. And I hope they wake up.
I mean, again, me and you can't want it more than them. I want to go to a Super Bowl parade.
I want to go to a Super Bowl parade too, but it just has to take it one game at a time.
We do. We really do. And a lot of it is Kyle too. I need Kyle to really, talk about team manager, manage, coach, be confident.
The
Commanders make sure we do that.
The Commanders secondaries are suspects. This should be a Brock Purdy get right game.
I know I spent a lot of time reading the questions in here.
Oh my God. It's just, it's getting interesting, but yeah, we're already getting past over an hour. I think we already covered a lot.
Oh, we did. We did a lot. We did great. You guys are so great today. This was a great, and I don't know if most people are off this week, so maybe more people were able to join us, but I really appreciate, this is so fun. It's so fun when everyone interacts and has something to say.
Yeah. Yep, and the record is pretty bad with Shanahan trailing at the fourth quarter. He needs to change that narrative at some point.
Yeah, this is very
Washington has good interior D lines, and their middle of their O line is suspect, so there is always a chance. Yeah, you're right about that part. I think everybody's kind of overlooking their D line. They still got two good defensive tackles that can create havoc a little. Mm-hmm. Yeah, their D ends may not be flashy or whatever, but they do got some young guys that are hungry, so. That's not a gimme. Yeah, worst record among any coach since. Yep, you're right about that part. So I'm not disagreeing about it. So let's just hope we get a win over the Commanders and build on the next game. But yes.
That's all that we can do. And so by the time the next game happens and our next live happens, it'll be a new year.
A new year, but a win, please. A win. Like Fred Warner says, a win. Like Dub
Yes.
City. I want to see Dub City from Fred.
City. That's what we're needing. So
yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in, and me and Bella will see y'all next week.
Bye, guys. Follow me on TikTok and the other platforms, and have a great and happy and safe New Year.
Everybody, you guys have a good New Year.